Previously on the Nerd Way.
All right, so we're gonna do some super villain tiering.
Okay.
You ready, Chris?
What are we saying? Are we saying this by how powerful they are, or how genuinely evil they are?
I'd say probably about a bit of both. You know, if you're going to be a villain, you got to be evil, and so and you know, power is involved. So, as you can see, our tiers here, we have the top tier, Legion of Doom. The next down would be our Sinister Six, followed by Injustice League, Masters of Evil, and then you got the Royal Flush Gang at the bottom. They can be an okay group, but most of the time they get beat pretty easily.
They get flushed.
So let's kick this off and start with Magneto, the master of magnetism.
I mean, he's certainly very powerful, but as we've seen in kind of stories, he does sometimes have a tendency to kind of do the right thing. So that kind of, as far as it kind of drops him a little bit as far as being a villain's concerned. That's why I was wondering about how you want to organize this shindig. Because a lot of the time I've kind of seen Magneto on the screen or kind of in games. You know, he's playing at least an anti-hero role. You know, and even in the films, you know, he was, you know, doing what he thought was right.
So you're saying he's not Legion of Doom material? We're going to slot him down a little bit lower?
Yeah, because in fact, if you regularly do the right thing, that's got to take points off your villain card, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he might be, you know, mid-tier in Justice League because he can be bad. And then there are times where he can, you know, turn around and help out the X-Men and do what's right.
Yeah.
So we go in Justice League?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
In Justice League. Here we go. Hey, let's go Dr. Doom. Where's Doom going?
I mean, again, he's a bit more of a shit than Magneto is, isn't he? But you know, there has been the odd occasion where he's had a face turn, got the wrestling. E-Man, see you later, man. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate you coming by.
Come back again.
Yeah, we'll be here next Thursday, so hope to see you then. Tell all your friends about us.
I mean, I'd maybe go Sinister Six because again, I think to be truly evil, you can't be helping good guys unless there's some like literal way that's like forcing you to.
Well, to be honest, I mean, in the latest comic books, he has taken over the world, and he's stolen Doctor Strange's Sorcerer Supreme mantle. So he does have that going for himself. So we could Did you think of Sinister Six?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But because again, he has been quite helpful sometimes, so that's got to strike him off being a top tier villain.
Yeah,
because there's always going to be a shred of doubt about whether he'll do the right thing, even if it's only a tiny bit.
Yeah, there was a time where he did take over for Iron Man when he was out for a while, and he tried to be a good guy. Although, you know, it was all self-serving. He might do the right thing, but it's always going to be self-serving for him. All right, we got Green Goblin coming up next.
Holy but gold. I can only ever really think about kind of Willem Dafoe's kind of portrayal in the movie, man. You know, or movies rather.
once you get
Come
an
on.
actor doing something like Willem Dafoe, and then it's hard to see anybody else
He was
in that.
perfect casting for that role, man. But I mean, I've only ever seen him in the villain capacity, so I don't know if you've got any kind of counter arguments to that. But I think he could be in the top tier. Generally, everything he does is villainous.
Yeah. Oh my god. I can't use the ad blocker on this thing because if I do, then it shuts it down. So.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. So I tried.
It's fine.
I tried to use the ad blocker on this thing.
Maybe you can get some revenue share from Best Buy.
Yeah. Outcast Comics. Dr. Doom is naturally evil. Dr. Doom is naturally evil. Dr. Doom has been chosen by the Black Panther God, so he should be in Justice League. Justice League. And Amy says Green Goblin should be in the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, he is pretty evil. He's
there's no element to, even if, and it wasn't that kind of the case in the most recent Spider-Man film, he'd rather be an asshole and stab somebody than do something that could potentially help him.
Yeah. Well, just between, seeing him there and all the times and, all the stuff he's done to Spider-Man over all the years, I think he should be in the Legion of Doom.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the right call.
Green Goblin going all the way to Legion of Doom.
Gone all the way to the top.
All right, next we got Thanos. Now, comic book Thanos is much better than movie Thanos because comic book Thanos is just truly evil. I mean, when he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, he wipes out half of all creation, not because he was trying to be a eco warrior and trying to save the planet for people. He's literally trying to court death. He wants to date death. So
which is very makes you think. Really, it was all the more stranger, really, when they made that line in was it Avengers?
Mm-hmm.
The post-cut scene?
Yeah.
And there was a death itself line, wasn't there? And he kind of smiled. And then he just went the opposite direction. Yeah,
because they say, the only one to do is court death. And he turns around and smiles. And I remember when he said that, I'm like, I get that. I get that reference.
Yeah. And then the next time you see death is in Agatha All Along.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do with Thanos. She's trying to hit on Agatha.
I mean, I'll take. I'll tell you whatever you think. I mean, if we go by the comics, then if he's truly evil, then we stick him up top.
Yeah. Put him in the Legion of Doom. All right, next we got Loki.
Royal Flush Gang. He's not. There's the thing. Right? I had I didn't have a debate because I just didn't reply back to them. I just laughed. But when I talk about Loki and Marvel threads, and people say, and I'm just going to point out that he's a villain, and I get told repeatedly by people, no, he's not a villain anymore. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, right, okay. Fuck him. There you go. If people want him to be a hero, he can be a hero.
Yeah, he hasn't done much in the comics. I mean, he's not. I mean, he might be a villain in the comics, but he's not a very good villain. There are much better villains.
He certainly isn't very good in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the problem with characters like that, like Magneto in the MCU or the X-Men movies and like Loki, once they become popular, everybody wants them to be the good guy now. Everybody's trying to, kind of make them the anti-hero, and you ruin great villains by doing that.
Yeah.
You're neutering them.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
it's the Disney effect, isn't it? Every villain is misunderstood, and we need to know their story. And
sometimes people are evil just because they're born evil. It happens. What we got here? Loki may have once been a villain, but he's easily beaten. Yeah. You figure a good villain is going to win a fight at least once in a while, and Loki didn't win anything. He always got beat.
And he didn't even win anything in his own TV show.
No. All right, how about Red Skull?
He's, being a certain, yeah, he's got to be kind of up top, isn't he? He's got to be.
What, Legion of Doom?
Yeah, with his antics.
Yeah, he was a great Captain America villain for a while, and until recently, and when Ta-Nehisi Coates got a hold of him and turned him into a Jordan Peterson clone. Yeah. If we're going old school Red Skull, that's tough to say. He should absolutely be in Legion of Doom.
Yeah, I agree.
With everything he's done. Kingpin. Where's Kingpin going here?
I wouldn't necessarily say Legion of Doom, because I kind of feel he only murders if you're in the way of business.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why he and Spider-Man got so heated because Spider-Man was always in the way or whatever. I mean, he definitely is, a very naughty boy. I'd maybe say Sinister Six, maybe. What do you think?
I look at him as, he's a good villain, but he's a street level villain. He really can't go toe to toe with Magneto or Doctor Doom or even the Green Goblin if he needs to.
But at his, I guess you'd have to look at how bad he is at his level, I suppose, if that makes sense.
He can take on guys like Daredevil in the comics because Daredevil doesn't have super strength. He's got that super agility.
Yeah,
he can jump around. He knows all kinds of karate, kung fu stuff. But the Kingpin, he may look fat, but that's all muscle. He's just thick with muscle. So you go to try to do some kung fu moves on him, you're just going to bounce off.
Yeah.
But you put him up against any of the heroes that Magneto might fight or Doctor Doom might fight, he's not going to do it.
That's very true. Yeah, I get that.
I think he's more Masters of Evil.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I think kind of looking, comparing in that kind of sense. Yeah, I think that's fair.
He's a Masters of Evil. All right, how about Ultron?
The only thing really I know about Ultron really is from my brief read of Age of Ultron and the bits I've seen in media. I don't know a huge, because I know originally it was created by Pym and not Stark, for example, but I don't know a huge amount after that. So I'm not really one to comment. I could comment on how I feel from the movies and stuff, but I don't really think that's a correct impression of the character.
Well, he's a big time villain,
at his level,
in his sphere. Yeah, he's a big time villain in his sphere, but they're not making company wide crossover events with the Kingpin as the big bad. That goes to people like Doctor Doom and Thanos and the Red Skull.
Yeah.
So we may have to have a little re-education time. Have to sit Amy down and have her watch some Daredevil. Yeah, Ultron. Pym created him. He was just an evil robot, and he always made sure that he had copies of himself. So, and you read Ultron, it'd always be like Ultron 4, and then he'd get defeated, and like a year so later in the Avengers, he'd pop up, Ultron 5 coming at you. And he'd get defeated. Another 2 years later, Ultron 6 is here to destroy the Avengers. So, I mean, he keeps getting beaten, but he keeps coming back. So, you got to give him an A for effort.
Yeah.
I know he's definitely not Legion of Doom. And I don't know if he's Doctor Doom, Sinister Six.
But is he more evil than Magneto? I guess that's the kind of question, isn't it? If you remove kind of power levels, if he's always trying to do the evil thing, then I guess that makes him more evil than Magneto, doesn't it? So maybe Sinister Six is where he needs to fit in.
Maybe, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, his evil is much higher than Magneto's. Because he's always just trying to. Now, before anybody says anything, yes, I know Ultron right now in Marvel Comics is trying to be the good guy. They have him in West Coast Avengers.
What a surprise, Steve. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know. But for our purposes today, we are thinking of Ultron as the villain, like he should be, like he always should be. All these characters should be villainous. There should be no redeeming qualities to them whatsoever. That's why they're great villains.
Yeah.
Just like in Deadlock. The villain in that is completely irredeemable. He's evil personified. And that's why I want my villains. Evil. And that brings us to
misunderstood.
So then we have Carnage, who is evil.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I would put him kind of at Legion of Doom if you're, not looking at kind of power base. Because he is just a psychopathic murderer. All he wants to do is just kill people. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an elegance to it, isn't it, really? That's all he wants to do. Just wants to hack and slash away.
And when you really boil it down, I think some of the best villains, whether comic books or TV, movie or books, whatever, they're all just they're just whacked. They're whacked in the head, and they want to just do the very worst things for no other reason other than because they can.
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's great having a master plan, like your Thanoses or your kind of Doctor Dooms or whatever. But what's more scary than that is something that can't be argued with, can't be debated, doesn't care about a plan. Because in theory, there's a multiverse where the thinkers could be talked down, kind of using whatever logic. Whereas, a true kind of murderous psychopath like Carnage, you're never going to talk him out of stopping what he's doing, because it's not about kind of the right thing, the wrong thing, whatever. He just wants to do it.
Yeah. So you're thinking Legion of Doom?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we'll put him in Legion of Doom. How about Mystique?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure on Mystique, to be honest. So again, I haven't really seen a huge amount other than kind of films and stuff. So I don't know kind of what your thoughts are on. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say she's in the top two. I'd say maybe even kind of middle of the road or lower.
She was. I mean, she was a villain. She started out as a villain. I'm sure at some point they tried to turn her into a hero or an anti-hero or something. But even when she was a villain, she really didn't leave a big impression on me. It wasn't like, you'd be reading the comics and like, here comes Mystique. Oh no.
Oh no.
I know the hero's going to win, but I'm worried because she might give him a good fight. Nah, and Mystique was just like, eh.
I mean, she can shapeshift. I mean, it's a good gimmick, but it's not really in
the pantheon of villains. she's like the greeter.
Mm.
She's like the Walmart greeter. Hey, come on in. Evil hors d'oeuvres are on the left.
Because normally she's kind of a sidekick, I suppose, isn't she, to kind of Magneto?
Yeah. So,
but she is more, I would say, me potentially in. I mean, maybe a master of evil, perhaps.
Yeah, I was gonna put her in the Royal Flush Gang. To be honest.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
I mean, she's not real. I mean, she's a villain, but she's not a very good villain. Kind of like Loki. Hey, how about the Joker?
He's straight at the top, isn't he? There's no doubt.
Legion of Doom. Absolutely.
No doubt. Again, very similar to, not very in power base and stuff, but kind of mentally very similar to Carnage. You know, he just wants to have his fun.
Yep. Amy wanted Mystique to go in Injustice League.
I want them all.
Sorry. Sorry. Yes, we can do that.
Easy, isn't it? No debate needed.
Yeah, he's absolutely in the Legion of Doom. He's crazy evil, and we love him. And then you got Lex Luthor, Superman's foil.
Again, I would maybe put him in Sinister, maybe even in Justice League, because again, there is quite a few times where he's done the right thing.
True. Yeah, and I mean, while he's one of Superman's more classic villains, he's not always the most dangerous villain. I mean, you just comics aside, you just look at this new movie that came out. Lex spent the entire time in his office dictating to the real villains the how to take care of Superman. So can't put him in Legion of Doom. But
maybe he's middle of the road.
I could see either in Justice League or Sinister Six. One of the two. I'm gonna put him in Justice League.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Next, we got Darkseid.
I don't really know a huge amount about DC characters, if I'm honest, so I can't really comment.
Darkseid's pretty bad.
There you go. That answers the question, doesn't it?
He's Thanos level bad when it comes to stuff. He wants to control everything.
Well, there you go. If he's the DC Thanos, then we put him in the same tier as.
Actually, I think to be completely honest, I think Marvel stole from DC. So Thanos is Marvel's Darkseid.
Yeah,
but
that makes perfect sense.
He should absolutely go in the top spot. He's Legion of Doom. How about Cheetah?
I don't even know who that is, to be honest. I mean, if that's implying kind of what I think is implying, I'd probably say Royal Flush, because it's just a shitty Wolverine.
Yeah, she's a Wonder Woman villain originally.
Okay.
She's more of a she's more of a you get a bad guy group together and she's kind of thrown in it. She's kind of like a pawn in a bad guy. You can have the head of the bad guys go, Cheetah, go over there and do that. And if she gets captured or killed or something, no great loss.
Straight at the bottom then, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry, Cheetah. How about Bane?
He's definitely got to be top 2. Is he not?
Yeah. Yeah. He's not, if not Legion of Doom, Sinister Six. I mean, his introduction in Nightfall in the comics was legendary. I mean, he was one of the first new villains for Batman to come out in a long time and just take over. I mean, he was.
So should he be up the top then? Should he be in the pantheon of the greatest?
He did break Batman's back. He. Yeah, you know what?
Do it. Yeah.
Bane, Legion of Doom. Right, Deathstroke.
Isn't he simply a mercenary for hire?
Yes.
So by that logic, you could hire him to do the right thing, or what you consider a good action.
Oh no, I think he's just a villain for hire. He's never gonna escort nuns through the jungle.
Okay. I'd maybe put him middle of the road, to be fair, in Justice League. I mean, because if he's just a mercenary, he's not real. I mean, maybe I'd even put him maybe as a master of evil, because if he's just a follower and he's not a leader, so to speak, then.
I mean, he does his own thing, but yeah, I think Masters of Evil is probably where I'd put him. He's not going to be a global threat, but he certainly is going to be he's going to be tough. How about Ra's al Ghul?
Yeah, again, I don't know a huge amount about him, so I can't really give kind of much comment on him.
When it comes to, I mean, if Batman is the world's greatest detective, Ra's al Ghul is right up there in smarts with him. I mean, he's one of the few people that can actually that go toe to toe with Batman on a mental level.
But as far as being a villain goes,
he's very villainous. He's more master. He trains assassins. Batman's son Damian in the comics trained him to be an assassin. So he's more Injustice League, Masters of Evil.
Oh, I would agree. Yeah, on that basis, yeah.
I think I'm going to put him just above. I'm going to put him in Injustice League.
Yeah.
How about Brainiac?
Yeah, again, I mean, a little bit more. I mean, I've watched, kind of Smallville, some other little bits and pieces. I still don't know a huge amount about him, but I would probably place him higher than kind of Al Ghul. That's for sure. Yeah,
he's got the potential to be a really big bad. If you don't see him in the next Superman movie, I'd be really surprised. But yeah, I think he's probably Sinister Six.
Okay.
He's because he comes to different worlds and he'll just shrink things down and catalog them and keep them for himself. And that's not good. Okay. I don't want to be shrunk in a bottle. But he'll do it to you. All right, Black Manta. He's an Aquaman foe. If you saw the Aquaman movie, he was in there.
Which I did not.
You're not missing anything. You're not missing anything.
I don't know. It doesn't. He doesn't sound very villainous, does he? I mean,
he can be tough, but he's at the end of the day, he's probably Royal Flush Gang material.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was kind of thinking. That's my understanding of him from the few bits that I've kind of seen and read.
And last but definitely not least, we have Sinestro.
Yeah. So again, Sinestro again, is a character that I've seen in different places, but I know as much about him as I do kind of generally kind of Green Lantern in general. So
see, this would be Drew's wheelhouse right here. Drew will be able to tell us everything we know about Sinestro because he's a big Green Lantern fan. But I'm not as huge a Green Lantern fan as he is, but I have collected my share of Green Lantern comics. I would call him. I mean, I wouldn't put him in the Legion of Doom. I'd probably put him in Sinister Six.
Okay.
Because he's a tough guy. I mean, he's someone you really don't want to face down. But I think there are stronger villains out there than him.
Yeah.
I'll slot him right there. Sinister Six.
Boom.
That's a good tier list. So you definitely don't want these guys coming after you.
No.
And you don't want these guys hiring the guys below, unless it's these guys. And then
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the guys in the bomb you can probably deal with.
You might be able to get away with it.